Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, this is the Way of Truth Tarot. My name is Mandy. Today's video, we will be looking into Ron Logan's Alibi. So I just want to, my ideas for this reading, my intention is to, I don't know, see what Spirit has to say about his alibi. Let's just see what comes up. So as you can probably tell, I don't have my other camera set up right now because I am waiting. So I usually film my using my phone for my other camera, but I am waiting for an iPad to be freed up so I can use that instead. So I don't have to like unload the apps on my phone because it's hard for me to have find room for my phone on my phone. So you might just be seeing this for the next little while until I get that set up. As I always say before each reading, everything said in this reading is alleged, in my opinion, based on the energy and the card meanings, not facts. So let's get started. Let's get four cards that set the tone of the alibi, meaning why he came up with this alibi, what provoked him to come up with this alibi, what he was doing in reality, like in truth, what he was doing, all that kind of stuff. So let's see what comes up. Okay. Oh, it's too many to read. Okay. First, we have the King of Wands. King of Wands is about inspired action. So, um, motivation for why you're doing what you're doing, essentially. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, and this is about um, being in a state of having all of the resources to your at your disposable at your disposable, having all of the resources at your disposal. Ace of Cups. This is about what motivates you emotionally to do what you're doing. So we have inspired action. And this is like inspired action is more like impulsive action. So not necessarily something that's well thought out. Um or maybe it's well thought out, but it was brought upon an impulsive way. So let's say having some sort of attachment. So like I'm just using this as an example, but like having an addiction, for instance. You're very impulsive with your decisions, and your addiction dictates your action that you would take. Um, so the addiction would be the inspiration to act upon whatever it is that you're wanting to seek out, if that makes sense. Whereas the Ace of Cups is reflecting the emotions that would go along with this inspired action. And like I said, the Nine of Pentacles is having practically all of the resources to be able to do that. Okay. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. And this is specifically meaning more than one party pooling their energy to a common goal. So there was an inspiration to his alibi. There was an underlying inspiration that created the action for this re- for this reason to have a alibi for. So let's look into what this is. Give me a card that describes the Knight of Wands inspired or impulsive inspired action. Okay, so then we have the Six of Swords, but it was in reverse. So the Six of Swords upright is moving to calmer waters, getting yourself out of a tough situation to a better situation. In reverse, it's the opposite. So this is what inspired this action um was a burdening event. It was an event that caused a burden, essentially. Okay. There was two other cards that flipped over as well. So shedding light, the Star. So this is a very strong desire for something. So this is like something, okay, so think of wishing upon a star for something that you long for. This is kind of that energy. Um, Desiring something so strongly. Okay. So desiring something, so basically desiring an outcome that is going to unburden you. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles. And it's interesting because we had the Nine of Pentacles before. Like, that's the second card in the top row. This is the Ten of Pentacles. And we know that if you've watched all the other readings in the Delphi deep dive, uh, the Ten of Pentacles is um, focusing on all of the people that were involved as a whole. So, what this essentially saying is there was an event that caused a lot of burden that inspired this Knight of Wands energy to create the alibi. Um, and this is based on a very strong desire to unburden themselves from the situation that they all caused. Allelogy. I can't speak today. Allegedly, my opinion. Okay. Please explain the Nine of Pentacles, please. The Magician. Which is very interesting because what did I say? What did I say about the Nine of Pentacles? It's about having all of the resources at your disposal to be able to do what you need to do. Well, the Magician is also that. It's just the major arcana version of the minor arcana card, which is this minor arcana. If you can see, he's holding all of the elements in his hands. And it even says that on the card. It says he holds the power of all the elements in the palm of his hand. So this is just confirming what I said about this card. Give me a card that explains the Ace of Cups, please. Sorry, Page of Pentacles. Upright. And this is about the emotions. So the Ace of Cups is like the beginning stages of emotions. That is going to motivate the actions, resources of those emotions. So those emotions trigger the manifestation that these resources create, if that makes sense. So you have all the resources to be able to create your alibi. Okay. So those are the resources. This is emotion that you need to go, the emotions that you would need to continue down that path. And this is the way of manifesting that plan, making that plan come together in the real world, in the 3D world, which is what the Pentacles suit kind of governs. It governs 3D things, like things that are like money, assets, education, careers, things that are very tangible in our three-dimensional world. And then the Three of Pentacles is the three people involved for these are the three people involved that are trying to make all of this come together. And yeah, there are more people that the Ten of Pentacles represents. But that is more like everybody as a whole. So people who weren't necessarily involved in the actual crimes, but who were also involved in cleaning up, political, whatever. But this is speaking to the people who are a part of the alibi that Ron Logan was creating. So I'm going to put these cards back in the deck. So I'm working with a full deck. So, like I say, I just shuffle them randomly and then stick them randomly in the deck. and then shuffle the deck very thoroughly. Just so you guys know that all my cards are thoroughly shuffled, because I don't want that to ever be you know, a thing, an issue, right? Okay. Do you want to watch me shuffle? Full transparency is the way I like to be. Mm. Okay, let's get some true crime and conspiracy oracle about this alibi. I'm interested to see what cards come out. Okay. Oh, give me three cards that have to do with dismemberment, which is about things coming apart, plans unraveling. Democrat. I don't know much about American politics. I don't even know anything about Canadian politics. Um, but so if anybody can place this Democrat card to what I'm saying, please put it in the comments, because I'm not sure in that county what party rules, if it's Republican or Democrat, or beats me. So all right. What other cards can shed some light into the reason for Ron Logan's alibi? Oh my gosh. We've got spouse and partner in reverse. Did Ron Logan have a girlfriend at the time? Or a wife? Then we have jealousy. Let me use another side of the deck. Any other cards that can represent the reason for Logan's alibi? Truth comes out. All right. Give me the truth. What's the truth? Lies. Cryptocurrency. So money. Okay, keep going. I don't understand yet. Run away. It's not really a card I want to hear with his name in it, but These cards are really cryptic. I got microchip in reverse. Microchip is making me feel like the first thing that I feel with this card is tracking. The first thing I think of, it makes me think of like microchipping your pet to track them. That's what is this is coming to mind. So we've got runaway, where cryptocurrency. Really got to think outside the box with these cards. Sometimes these cards can be very literal and it makes perfect sense. You don't really need to think. However, on the flip side of that, they can be extremely cryptic and you got to really think outside the box. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So we have cryptocurrency, which is money. Okay. Let's not overthink this. It's money. Runaway. And then, sorry, and then we have what's interesting is we have the truth comes out. Okay. Lies. Contrast, right? We're talking about the truth. Okay, let's start with the lies. So, lies that have to do with money. Lies that have to do with money. Um, and then we have this card, which I'm kind of feeling like these might be connected, as in to receive this content, you need to use this, right? And the runaway card is pointing to these two things being further from truth or further from being realized. Basically, what I'm saying is that there were inappropriate things that have to do with this being sold. And then the microchip is like ways of tracking that. Plans falling apart and Democrat, Democrat. God, I really can't talk today. Um, is like the political motivation. Because we see a lot of political manipulation in this case, allegedly, my opinion. And I feel that the reason why that is because their plans were falling apart and they had to get they had to get a hold of that somehow. Now with partner and spouse in reverse, I'm wondering if partner or spouse kind of contributed to things falling apart for this group because of jealous feelings of for whatever reason. I don't really care how she's jealous or why she's jealous. Just that this motion led to things falling apart for this group. Allegedly, my opinion is how I am making sense of these cards. If anybody else, uh, you know, feels that they know what these cards mean and it's different to what I said, absolutely, please put that in the comments. I don't claim to know everything, right? So if somebody can make sense of these cards based on like what they know of the case, absolutely, I totally want to hear that. Because I don't know everything about the case. I know some stuff, but there's a lot that I keep learning from you guys every time I post a video. So thank you for that. Okay. Alrighty. Whoa. Whoa. Sorry, I get really dizzy sometimes. Sorry about that. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm all right. Okay. Very strange. Sorry. Okay. That's never happened on recording before. You've got to see a little glimpse of what it's like with these abilities. Uh, I get, I don't know. Sometimes I get this like really high pitched ringing in my ears, and I've gotten my ears tested. Totally fine. There's no tinnitus, no nothing wrong with me. But I get this really high pitched sound, and it starts in one ear and it goes through my head and goes out the other ear. And sometimes when I get this sound, it's like, I don't know. It's like energy going through my head and I can feel it. It's not just a sound, it's energy. And I like what I believe it is energy upgrades. Um Anyways, that's a whole different rabbit hole that I'll get into maybe someday. Alrighty. Without further ado, let's see what else we can find out. All right. What was Ron really doing with his, so what was he really doing with his time? Because we know the alibi was not true. So what was he really doing? Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, and this is no movement. This is the only knight in the deck that's actually not in motion at all. He's just sitting on his horse. His horse is still, and they're looking into the horizon. So what else? Seven of Swords, betrayal, deception, and pretense. And then we have the Ten of Cups, which is complete emotional fulfillment. Um, Now we have the Ace of Swords, which is sudden insight. Sudden insight, inspiration. So getting an idea, being inspired by that idea, and then challenges ahead. So it's alluding to the fact that he didn't realize it at the time, but whatever idea that he had was going to cause him a lot of issues in the end. And did it ever? I believe that it ultimately killed him, but that's just my opinion. So, what was this inspiration? Describe this inspiration that he had. High Priestess. High Priestess is about intuition and what else? Thinking, believing he knew. He thought that he knew how this would end with the High Priestess card. The Eight of Pentacles is, look, this is coming from a person who has a lot of experience and skill doing what this inspiration is. So, and that gives him the courage and the confidence to be able to do it. Because the Queen of Wands, which is this card, is about courage, confidence, being independent, and taking action. So describe this action that he wanted to do. Cause and effect. The Justice card has to do with cause and effect, consequences, justice, fairness, getting, yeah, cause and effect. That is, this card does have like many other meanings, but for this instance, it's cause and effect. And ultimately, these girls need justice, right? That's the whole point of this. What else? Two of Cups. Committing yourself. This card is about committing himself to this inspiration. And then with the Two of Wands, are you prepared for your journey? This is like he's checking his list. He's making sure he's got everything. So this reinforces that he was in his he had all of his faculties. He knew exactly what he was doing because he went over and made sure that he wasn't forgetting anything. Everything was accounted for. Three of Pentacles again. Three people were the main people who were responsible for the unalivings. Yes, there was many more people that helped cover it up and kept it covered up, but the three people that are physically culpable for seeing this terrible thing happen, this card is confirming that again. Let's see what the Murder Mystery Oracle has to say. Surveillance cameras may hold important clues. Let's get another one. Need to interview more suspects. Well, we know that ain't gonna happen. Killer profile indicates narcissist or sociopath. I'd say both. Sorry, I keep getting these weird feelings. I'm sorry, I know it's like I'm talking to somebody in my head, and I am. He thinks he's gotten away with it. Uh, he's gloating. In his mind, well, in his spirit, because that's all that's left, he feels he's gotten away with it. Um, yeah, I am getting like the feeling like he's laughing. Dating history or killer new victim? Be very interesting to see if there's a connection. Well, we know that there's a connection between Keegan and the girls, right? We know that. They didn't know him as Keegan, but um so I don't know if this card is referring to that or if maybe Ron Logan has some sort of loose connection to either a church that the girls went to or their parents or some like not a direct connection, but a connection. Anyhow, I'm going to leave it there because I'm getting really dizzy and I feel like maybe I should stop. But I will see you guys very soon with another video. If you are watching and you like my content and you have not subscribed already, please do so. Um, because if you don't, then the algorithm's not really going to understand that my videos should be, you know, put out there. So if you want to do something nice for the channel, subscribe. That would be the best thing that you could ever do. Um, and I will be back at you with another video, um, hopefully in the next couple days. Okay. Have a great evening, and I'll see you later.